Hello, this is Sylvia Scott, Director of the Girls CEO Connection and creator of the Realizing a Vision conferences. And today I'm talking to Anna Rivas, who is on our Young Women's Advisory Team for the Girls CEO Connection. And she's attended two of the Realizing a Vision conferences, and that's where I met Anna. Anna's a senior at the Los Angeles Downtown Magnet School. She'll be graduating in the spring, and she's here today to talk about the magazine she started while she was in school and her experiences with writing actually two magazines. And then she attended the Academy of Business Leadership and how that helped her with her magazines, and just her thoughts about being a young entrepreneur, where she's going with all of this, where she'll be going to school, how everything's helped her along the way. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Okay, first of all, I want to know, because I met you when you were 14, or actually you were 14, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how old were you actually when you first began thinking about being an entrepreneur?
Actually, when I was 14 years old, I was barely a freshman, and I started making little bows in my house because I had a sewing machine that my mom bought. So I just started. I watched this MTV program called Made, and this designer, this like teenager, wanted to start becoming a designer. So I kind of got inspiration from that. So I got my sewing machine and I started sewing bows and started selling them at my school, and people actually enjoyed, like, they really liked them. So I guess after that I kind of just felt that I can actually start like a little business. So that's where I started off.
Okay, so what made you think about a fashion magazine at first?
Well, I've always read Teen Vogue, 17 magazine, Cosmo Girl, and I guess I just wanted a magazine that I can create myself and tell people, like, give them advice on where to shop, fashion tips, and also just things that I like, that I think that are really interesting, and just like tell like people from, tell teenagers, give them advice on certain things like that.
So, did you do this all by yourself?
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't.
Tell us about that then.
Okay, well, it started with me and my friend. It was sophomore year, and me and her, we were just fooling around. We're like, hey, why don't we just start a club at school, like a fashion club? And we're like, yeah, let's start a fashion magazine. And then it just started off with that whole like silly idea of starting a club, and it just evolved into a fashion magazine.
Okay, so you had your small business, then you started the magazine, and did you write a business plan? Did you and your class write a business plan?
Well, actually, we didn't write a business plan. We were just amateurs, to be honest. We didn't know what we were doing. However, I did actually do a business plan in the Academy of Business Leadership, and they actually helped us, you know, create our, like, what the fundamentals were to writing a business plan, and I guess I did have a little experience there.
So, did you use any of the skills that you learned through the academy to help you with your magazine?
Yes, they actually, just not just like the business side, but also just like having confidence in yourself and having the passion, and also like communication skills to go out there in your community, communicate with shop owners, to help you, to find ways to get money from people so you can start a magazine, or just to help them like donate clothes, perhaps if you want to do a photo shoot. So communication skills really helped me out a lot to starting this magazine.
That's a lot for
It is.
high school girls to actually coordinate everything to put this magazine together. And how did you raise money?
um, we didn't really raise money, because the place where they helped us do this magazine was this nonprofit organization, which was called 826LA, and they actually provided everything for us. But we actually had to go talk to shop owners if they could donate some clothes so we can use, and they were really nice, and they actually helped us a lot with that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So actually, you figured out the resources that you needed
Yeah,
for
exactly.
the magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, what type of advisor did you have, advisors or mentors working with you? I mean, this is a big
Yeah,
undertaking.
It is. It is. I actually did have advisors. There's this there's this, because I would just go to my community, go to the little shops, and I would start talking to the shop owners, and I told them my ideas, and they actually helped me. They're like, okay, you can do this, you can do this. Like, I have friends that can help you. So talking to people, like, that's how I got the connection and just like people to mentor me and how to start this.
So actually, you figured out at a very young age about networking.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, networking and then setting up collaborative relationships,
Yeah.
which many high school students don't know how to do.
You can say that, yeah, because some are really shy. They're like, oh, who's gonna help a high school student? But to be honest, like, a lot of people are out there willing to help. To be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I will say during the Realizing a Vision conferences, I always thought you were older, and then you had no problem talking to people at all.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. I was like, why not talk to them? Like, they're just regular people, just like you and me, and just be comfortable around these people because they're willing to help you.
Okay, I know you had a blog that was a fashion blog. Did you coordinate it to go with the magazine? Did you start it after the magazine or before the magazine?
I didn't. I started a blog before I even started the magazine. I wanted my blog to be more about things that I find interesting in the internet, like fashion wise, and music that I've discovered in different sites. So it's mostly separate, but I also had like some other ideas that I didn't incorporate in the magazine and I added to my blog, and so it's really different.
So, what was the name of the fashion magazine?
The fashion magazine, we called it Style Shenanigans.
Okay, do you have a copy of it still? I mean, do you have a
Yeah,
copy of it
yeah,
that
of
we can
course.
see?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll see if I can get a big close up here of it. So, okay. And who came up with the content? That's really cute.
Oh, thank you.
So, who came up with the models? Who came up with the content of it? How did you pull this all together?
Well, we just okay, first of all, we didn't really know we didn't have anything. All we had was people who were interested, and so we just got our friends. Usually we just got our friends to model for us, and we got people who were interested in fashion too, who like modeling, and people who were good at fashion illustration, who were good in computers. So we just got like the things we already had, and we used those things that we already had.
So, you're very resourceful.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
you learn that through the academy or did you learn it through school?
I learned it through the Academy of Business because, you have to start off with what you have and then grow up a little. as you
Okay.
go on.
So, what courses have you taken in high school, per se, to help you with publishing and writing the magazine? Is there any specific courses that you took?
I didn't. That's
Okay.
okay. I did not have anything. Like, I just had an idea, a vision, and I just went with that. Like,
Okay, so you had a vision, and you didn't take any other courses outside of school or community college?
No.
Okay.
I took speech, but I guess that helped me with communicating and stuff.
All right. And your vision, did you ever put anything up so that you would look at it all the time or think about it?
Well, I make a lot of mood boards. So,
Okay.
yeah, I have like a lot of like scrapbooks, and I'm like, okay, I want this and this, and I guess I just look at it and I'm like, okay, one day I'll have a magazine, and I guess it came up.
And that you just kept that up?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay, that's great. And I understand that you switched from fashion to literary. And why was that?
Well, fashion, we enjoyed doing that. We enjoyed writing. We enjoyed talking about fashion designers and whatnot. But at some point, we just thought it was too much. Like, we had to do the photo shoot. We had to do the layout. It was so much work. So instead, we were just like, okay, why don't we just do a literary zine? Because a literary zine is just basically, it's just more of just poems, no photo shoot, just scrapbook, and putting collages together. It was easier to publish.
Okay. And I was going to ask you, how did you juggle this, the magazines, or the fashion magazine first, with your family and school, and to keep up your grades because you want to go to college? So how did you juggle all this and still have a social life?
Well, it's really hard in the beginning because, 10th grade, I didn't really it wasn't that hard for me because, it's 10th grade, it wasn't that hard. But once we got, to 11th grade, we took AP classes. We had to learn how to juggle our time. So I kind of just had like a schedule, like, okay, from this time I'm gonna do my homework, and then like 2 days a week I'm gonna work on the magazine with my friends, and then on the weekends I'll just give it to my family, like, just spend time with them. So you really have to know how to like manage your time right here. But it was pretty
It
hard.
just seems that you're so mature to know I need to manage my time
Yeah.
and I need to break this up.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I mean, my mom's always like, "Gosh, you're so mature and you're so organized." I'm like, I don't know. I just,
You just
I
are.
just, I
Okay.
just.
So let me ask you something. What is is there a name for your magazine?
For the literary
Yes.
space. Yeah, we have. Well, the whole idea is that we were gonna have papers involved.
Okay.
So,
It says papers versus scissors.
yeah. So
right?
every
Okay.
so every zine or every issue we made, the title had papers in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what have you learned from creating 2 magazines now?
First, I've learned that you really need to know how to manage your time. Also, you need to be able to, understand, like, work with other people, because there's so many people, because you're working with a lot of people, so you need to be able to incorporate their ideas with yours. So kind of just compromise, because it's really hard sometimes, because you might want something, but they want something else. So you need to be able to incorporate their ideas with yours. And I guess just also communication skills. You really need to be able to talk to a lot of people. If you want something done, you need to be able to go out there and just talk to these people, and and they're gonna help you a lot.
Well, let me ask you. So all your friends that started this are still working with you on it,
Yeah, all of them are still working.
and you work well as a team. You must.
Yeah, we're like best friends. So,
Okay.
yeah. We had our times. We're like, no, I want this. Okay, but yeah, we've been able. We have similar interests, so we were able to communicate well.
That is great. Now, let me ask you something. I do know that you were on the Young Icons. And what channel is that on?
Channel 5.
Okay. How did that all come about?
It was, to me, it was just A26LA, the nonprofit organization that helped us out, because we really, I guess they asked them, like, oh, who do you think is a young icon for you, and they nominated us. I didn't even know. They just told us, okay, you guys, we nominated you guys are going to come out on TV, and we're like, what? Like, it was just a surprise to me too. I was like, oh yeah, this is so cool. And it was really fun, and they shot us at my house, at 826LA, and like at certain shops, shopping and stuff like that.
So, did they prep you with questions? I mean, did somebody help you decide this is what I'm going to wear? These are the questions you're going to get. All of that.
Yeah, they told us, okay, we're going to shoot you here. You need to wear this. We're gonna ask you these questions, and it was just so fun. Like, I don't know, it just felt so cool to be directed in a way, like, oh, we're gonna come on TV.
Now, also, I heard you were on NPR. Now, how did that come about?
Again, it was a surprise to me. One day we went to our magazine meeting, and they told us that there was this lady outside because she wanted us to read a book called, I think it was called The Lady Madonna. I'm not sure because it was a while ago, and she just told us to read like a certain parts of the book and just tell us, like, she asked us questions about who the Madonna in our lives were. So it was kind of just like a random thing, but it was really fun to do, just hearing yourself in the radio.
So, let me ask you something. Do you find it easier now to get people to support your efforts when they know you've been on the Young Icons? Has that helped you?
Actually, I don't think so. Like, not really, but we just got a lot of recognition for our work. Because a lot of my friends were like, oh, what happened to the magazine? Like, they didn't believe us, like, that we were actually going to succeed. But when we came out on TV, they're like, okay, sorry, we take it back. You guys really did really good. So it was more of just recognition that we got.
Okay, and and you were talking about the magazines and your friends not believing it. Who actually handles the sales of your magazine?
826LA. Since it's a nonprofit, we just like they're the ones who sell it for us in their little store called the Time Travel Mart, and they sell a lot of things there, like scenes that they make with other kids, and also like T-shirts, and all the money they get from there, it goes to the nonprofit.
Now, where can we find this? If somebody is in LA and they want to go find this, or they want to call and get a copy, what's the address and what's the phone number? Do you know the address?
Yeah, I do.
Is it on the back of the magazine?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always on the back of our zine publication.
Okay.
It's right here on the.
Oh, it's up here. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's ANA26 LA publication, 1714 West Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90026.
Yeah.
And I've seen their website.
Oh, you have?
And I think they have a Facebook page.
Yeah, they do.
They do have a Facebook
they
page.
do too.
Okay.
You guys can follow them too.
So that's who's been helping you out with your
Yeah.
resources.
Also, just to add something, like if you're interested in volunteering there, are you actually interested in actually doing a zine with us? You could actually go to you could email us at zine@826la.org.
Okay.
And, yeah, if you're interested, you can volunteer with us.
All right. So actually, any students from LA?
Yeah, anybody. They have different organizations like in different places. San Francisco, LA, Venice Beach, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just look online.
Okay, that's great. Well, now my next question is your blog, The Brightest Amateur, that you have now, is what many might consider on the cutting edge. There's a little fashion, quotes, odds and ends. Where do you see your work going now, from fashion, photo styling, photography, or another avenue, as well as the literary?
Yeah, well, I think that the blog, it says it all, like what I'm interested most in, which is fashion, photography, art, music. But I see myself more as like photojournalism. I think that's really interesting, like just going around traveling and taking pictures of nature and like people in different countries and their beliefs and cultures and stuff like that. Or also like graphic design. I like the communication arts a lot, so I probably see myself aiming towards that direction.
Okay, so now, do you have a major in mind? Because you're going to go to college next year, and I know the freshman year it's pretty much the same, but have you thought about what you want to major in?
Well, I'm planning to major in graphic design. I really want to do that a lot. Like, I already set my mind to that. At first, it was fashion design, but I realized that that's just a hobby more. In graphic design, I'm always, like, doing, like, collages and trying to do, like, communication arts, sort of. So I think that would be my major.
Okay. Now then, where are you thinking about going to school? It's here in California?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking about going to San Francisco, but I'm not ready for that yet. Like, I think I'm just gonna stay in. We'll probably go to Woodbury and Burbank, or I'm waiting on like a Cal State with like Northridge, Fullerton, Long Beach. So just hoping I get in.
Do you ever think you might want to go to San Francisco?
Yeah, of course. I probably want to go like on a road trip over there, cause I mean I've seen it in pictures. I really want to go see the bridge and.
Now, Anna, we talked about visioning and that you'd made collages and mood boards. And I see this one right here, which is pretty in depth, it looks like, that would have been for the fashion. So why don't you tell me about this and how long did it take you to do this?
It took me approximately like 2 hours to make this. I take my time to make it. I just look around, I have this big box full of like magazines, so I just look around at each one of the issues and then I just cut off what I like, and then I kind of have to put it in a way that's like it's kind of flowing and it has a rhythm, just so I can get that feel of what I'm trying to get.
Okay. And where did you learn to do this? I don't think they talk about visioning in school. So how did you come up with this?
Well, my parents, especially my mom, she's really into the whole inspirational videos. So she got me watching this one video on YouTube, and there's this man talking about what inspires him and how he accomplished his dreams. And he said that he would make a mood board a lot, of every year, having just like images of what are his inspirations and what his goals are in life. And so I just started making my own. And also like the Academy of Business Leadership, they had a lot of speakers talking about mood boards and their inspirational boards that they make, and so I just had the idea of starting it too. And I also read a book called Blank by Malcolm Gladwell, and he talks about how to get inspired to accomplish your dreams, and he said to like start a mood board. So I mean, I got a lot of ideas from them, and I just started making my own a lot.
So let me ask you now, how did you learn about Malcolm Gladwell and the book Blink?
Again, it was like when I went to the Academy of Business Leadership, they had a lot of speakers, and they kind of like recommended a lot of books, and they gave away a lot of books. So I guess I just wanted to motivate myself and actually do things I never thought I would do. So I started reading these books, and they really helped me just go out there and do a lot of things.
What would you suggest to younger women who are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur and coming up behind you? What suggestions do you have for them?
Well, I think that they should, first of all, they should have a vision. And secondly, to just go out there and do their very best, to not be afraid of making mistakes, because to be honest, you learn a lot from your mistakes. And to just really go out there in your community, because to find these resources, because like you never really know until you actually go out there and take chances. Chances are like the most important thing, because they take you to a lot of places that you never thought you would possibly get. So just go out there, and because there's like a lot of places you can actually ask help for, and you can actually accomplish a lot of your dreams if you just go out there and believe in yourself.
Okay, and what about, were there ever courses at school that you could have taken that might have helped?
Photoshop.
Photoshop? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they should look around at school.
Yes, definitely. Take a lot of classes. If it's not fashion or anything like that, if you want to be like a doctor, take a lot of APs, take community college classes. Don't just feel like you're bottled up in your high school, because there's a lot of places, like join clubs, you learn a lot. Just go out there and like try anything new.
Well, great. This has been wonderful, and I can really tell you've grown over the past, since you were 14.
Yeah.
Actually, and how much you've grown, and it looks like having a business has helped you a lot.
Yes, it has.
Now, are you going to continue with this in college?
Yeah, I actually am, but probably I'm going to do it more independently, since my friends are going off to different colleges, and I'm probably going to stay here. I'll probably just start like a graphic tee company, probably, because I've always wanted to try that. But I'll still keep doing the whole magazine thing.
And a graphic tees?
Yeah.
T-shirts?
T-shirts, yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And that should be you should be able to juggle your classes with that.
Yeah.
And are you, you said are you going to take any business classes along with it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking about doing fashion merchandising, probably.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, this has been so great to talk to you today.
Thank you.
And you're such a great inspiration and addition to the Girl CEO Young Women's Advisory Team. And I know you're going to be interviewing a couple of young entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And that should be very exciting. One, a fashion designer, and then the other one is
Makeup.
makeup, right.
Yeah.
Beauty and cosmetics,
Yes.
non-toxic beauty and cosmetics.
Yes.
Zoe Damascella and Ava Anderson.
Yes.
So that should be great, and you'll learn a lot from them as well.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Well, Anna, thank you so much for this, and we look forward to hearing what you're going to be doing in the future.
Okay.